Critical's content quality has dropped. Now, that's a pretty bold statement to make. I'm sure there's a lot of titty-sucking fans that enjoy watching Critical as he is now, but I feel like his quality of content just dropped. It went down the shitter. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to like Critical a lot. From 2012 to 2015, he was my favorite YouTuber.
Damn it! This is not possible. This is not possible at all. And the calf. Ooh. And the calf buttons don't work for shit. They're useless.
He always had very funny commentary on his video games it's bad video games, but he enjoyed playing bad video games, and it was a very odd thing at the time because most people, they like to play up-to-date, best of the best, AAA, hyper high octane video games, but he was different from the bunch. He just wanted to play bad video games and comment on it, and his videos felt like it had sauce. It felt like it just had good quality thought put into it. But now that Critical is busy with so many things, all that good quality content is gone. I remember being pretty excited seeing Critical's face for the first time while doing a trick shot with a lighter.
Yep, getting better all the time. Have it your way, Chevrolet. Are you in good hands? Nike, just do McDonald's. I know when that hotline bling. Oh, wait, where'd that go? One thing, pin in the shot glass. I'm getting really close.
It was, oh snap, is this Critical? Is that him? Oh, wow, he's pretty good looking. Alright, guess my vision of him was pretty accurate. Because I did imagine him to be a pretty good looking guy, because, well, mostly because of his voice, but you know, that could be very tricky. But just judging by like his voice, I could tell he's relatively fit and he'd be healthy. But he doesn't sound mentally healthy, but that's has nothing to do with his looks. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Now that he has very low quality content, that made me lost interest in him. To start off, he has very mundane content. It's just videos of him doing very normal stuff and just laughing about it and trying to over exaggerate the situation, like, haha, wow, this is game changing, oh, this is amazing. His energy levels, I don't blame him, I have low energy levels too, but his energy level looks so dog shit, like, oh wow, that is nuts, haha, that is amazing. Or, you know, he would do a bottle flip and thought it's the most amazing thing ever, but he doesn't really sound like he's amazed. Maybe it's just me over analyzing things, but then actually, you know what, I think I am right on this, is that he just over exaggerates the situation, like making it seems more exciting than it actually is. And like also videos of him like opening a garage door, or unboxing stuff and seeing what he did for the day. It feels like I'm watching a vlog. And also like he tries to fill up more screen time or airtime by just showing snippets of his streams in his videos where he talks about stuff like, oh yes, this is a stream of me talking about this problem with this guy for the current news of today. And it just gets so mundane watching content like this. There's not really much thought put into it. It's just him. It's basically him vlogging. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from his content. And then of course he has over the top content like worshiping Satan. Now, I don't really care about Satanism or Christianity. I'm an atheist, I don't really care. But then he goes to the extreme of things. Like, I know that this guy is a Christian, but then he wants to go against the grain and like, oh yes, I am a Satanist, hear me roar. And then he will have a bunch of dildos that I don't even know if they still exist anymore. They probably threw it all away for all we know. I don't think he has that much real estate to store dildos, or probably just throw it in his warehouse or something. The guy is relatively rich. And he just talks about memes, or he try to make memes, very low quality memes by the way, but then it's just a lot of things just become over the top. And it felt like, to me, it's kind of like back in college where a college student, when they had to create an art and then they end up doing too much or going very excessive with whatever art they're making, and it end up just ruining the creativity because they're trying to force themselves to be creative, and it just comes off as appalling or very mundane in its own sense because you went too far, it went over the top, and no one cares because it just doesn't seem creative or force creativity. And then he goes on to do boring collabs with minimal editing. Like, I don't know, maybe he'd be testing out foods with his friends, or he'll work with other YouTube people, but then it just has very minimal editing, and you can tell, like, I don't think he doesn't really care about editing, or he would probably defend it saying, oh yeah, I just like to make it as true as possible, I don't want to hide any of the little bits of boring stuff from my fans. But in reality, editing does make a video more interesting. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. Look at how every word he say, it's highlighted in text at the bottom. That's editing. That's good editing. And that is how he became the most popular YouTuber, is by doing everything at the peak. But Critical, he just doesn't really care to edit his videos that much, and he always have such low energy, or he pretends to be excited for things that happen in his videos. Like, he just does like these very basic cooking videos or whatever and expects it to pop off, in which I will give him credit. Yes, it's popping off, but then people that care about quality content, I think it's not really my flavor of video. Now, and he also goes on to talk about boring news. Like, he just talks about drama that really surmounts to nothing, like how whatever, like these two YouTubers are having a quarrel, or this YouTuber is a criminal. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he's bringing awareness to whatever bad situation that's going on. It is a good thing for the most part, but however, he would just not really go much into explaining it. He'll pull up the stream of him talking about a thing, and then he would say, oh yeah, watch this guy's content. He does a better job than me at explaining it. And why am I watching you? Like, at this point, like, okay, yeah, you bring awareness, but then so does other people. Other people can do the same thing. I'm not ungrateful for bringing awareness to a shitty situation, but then it does become pretty mundane. I would prefer that he would explain the situation in his video versus just referring us to another video made by another good YouTuber. And yeah, just like his videos that talk about problems, like all I do is that I click and I hear about the problem and I leave his videos, and then I don't really care anymore. It just makes the situation seem less important because he just keeps spamming all these news. And then of course there's another thing, is this stream. This one is hard to explain. I don't really like watching streams. I just don't find a charm in watching streams, because you're essentially watching a person live. That's all there is to it. Just watching them play video games like a normal person. Like, okay, yeah, this person can play video games, this person is eating, this person is talking, something that I do, all the things that I do. Okay, so what's so special about watching a person eat? Nothing really. But then yeah, Critical streams, I don't watch it, and but I guess it works. And I saw his stream the other time. It's just him finding bugs in the game. I'm wondering what's so exciting about finding bugs in a game that no one ever hears about. And this is why I don't find Critical entertaining anymore, because he just makes low quality content, and low quality in my eyes. I just cannot see the charm in it. Now, I don't blame Critical for producing low quality content. I would say it as it is. It's low quality, but I'll give him credit that he is a busy person. He is managing a gaming team, and I know the competitive gaming scene, and you don't really make money creating a gaming team. You're most likely gonna break even or make a little bit over what you're paid paying. You're probably profiting like very little, and it's not really beneficial, but he's just doing it for, I don't know, for the memes, the entertainment with Moist Esports. And then of course he streams, which streaming can take a long time. Streaming could take like a quarter of your day if you want to have like decent like streaming etiquette. But also, like, that's another problem that I have, is that he just streams and then he sacrifices time to create like less work but more higher quality work. And then also he's busy with keeping up with current events, which is, which makes all those low quality videos that he will also show on his streams, but in which I have no interest in. All this spam of low quality content, however, is working out for him, so it doesn't really matter if people like me that care about well thought out, time intensive content, like people like that, stop watching him. It's just sad that one of my favorite YouTubers just changed to be a YouTuber I don't enjoy anymore. I remember back then when I watch him, I used to, every time like a video just releases like once or twice a week, I would look forward to watching it because he always has something funny to say. But now it's just him spamming content and then getting involved with some kind of beef or drama with other YouTubers, or trying to expose some guy, like maybe a sexual predator or something. Overall, it's not like he's a bad person. He's a good person. It's just that the content really took a shit on the floor and people are just stepping on it and slipping on it, and there's not much I can do about it. Like, it's what he enjoys, but I don't enjoy it anymore, and that's the tragic part of the story. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. See ya.